man, white, heterosexual. How are privileges protected? Often invisibly.
Obviously, we have what are called blind spots. Just like when we drive a car, we know when we learn to drive, we know that we have blind spots, areas where we can't see anything at all. And so we can't see what's happening. And that's exactly what happens in the social world. We'll never be able to avoid them. But in fact, in social life, in society, we have a huge number of blind spots. And when we're in a position of dominance, we have the luxury of ignoring what happens in those blind spots. And so as a man, I am unaware of what women feel when they fear sexual assault or when they sense a lewd or degrading look at their bodies, for example. So I can quote you plenty of different statistics. I've read quite a lot about it. But in my own flesh, in my experience, in my body, in my feelings, and in the stress it can cause, I honestly have no idea at all. And it's the same thing with racism. I actually don't know what that feels like. To see fear in someone else's eyes because of my skin color or my origin or my religion, or to be afraid to kiss the person I love in the street because I'm heterosexual. So if I kiss my girlfriend, my wife in public, everyone thinks it's cute. So I can't even imagine feeling in danger doing that. And yet we know very well that when you're not heterosexual, it can easily become dangerous. All of that is part of my blind spots. And so to me, it's as if it doesn't even happen. Because I'm not a witness to it, I don't see it, I don't know it, I don't feel it, so I can easily deny it. Or I can chalk it up to a question of majority versus minority. People will say, after all, we live in a society, so minorities have to adapt to the majority. But who is the majority? Women make up 50% of the population. They are not a minority, but we act as if they were. That's it. And so we deny our own privileged position. There are many, I sometimes hear men, white men, say that privilege doesn't exist. And then we talk about the black problem or the women's question, when in fact there is no black problem. There is no women's question. There is a white problem. There is a male problem. There is a problem of hierarchy where we as men are placed in a hierarchically superior position, in a position of supremacy. That's the real problem. And to deny it, you don't need to be a member of the Ku Klux Klan. It's enough to deny every day those little things in daily life that reinforce our position and to leave all of that in our blind spots. Because in the end, it suits us quite well. We have to admit it. If we don't make an effort, it suits us just fine. It's very comfortable to ignore it. If we go further, we have to acknowledge that on the one hand, there is what we call intersectionality, which is somewhat well known today. That is to say, the specific discriminations, for example, against Black women. So people who are both women and Black who experience discrimination at the intersection, meaning discrimination specifically directed at Black women, not at white women, not at Black men. This is a concept that was brought to light by an American researcher, Kimberly Crenshaw, who analyzed court decisions in which she observed that there was indeed discrimination against Black women in the United States. But we never consider that intersectionality could work in reverse for us, the dominant group. For example, in my case, being part of the group of white, male, heterosexual, non-disabled people, that too is an important factor. It puts me at the intersection of all these parameters and greatly increases my chances of social and professional success, as well as my safety, of course. And so there is a form of intersectionality that allows us to accumulate and multiply privileges. And so also to add blind spots to our existing blind spots, which means that in the end, our perspective and understanding of the social world becomes extremely limited. It's as if we were driving a car while looking through a tiny porthole and couldn't see anything around us.